So we're in Fresno, California, and we've got a toilet we're getting ready to install. It's a Kohler Highline Classic right from Home Depot, Lowe's, don't know, homeowner provided it, so we're going to set it. I took the old one out, and as you can see right here, maybe you can't, maybe you can, but this flange right here has been pulled up. It's not flat anymore. Kind of hard to get a good picture of it from any angle just to show it, but what happens is plumbers or contractors, they come in and they start to tighten these bolts down, and it keeps pulling the plastic, and it pulls it up, and it actually has bent this plastic up pretty extreme. So it's not broken, but it is bent up, and so let the homeowner know that we're going to go ahead and reinstall it and be gentle on that side. Hopefully we can get it to bolt down and not rock so it's secure, but any further pressure on that, and you could snap that whole flange off. So anyways, just a quick video for that. We'll take one when we're done, and that is it. So here in Fresno, California, getting ready to set a Kohler Highline Classic, sitting right there, and provided by the homeowner. And we took the old one out, and when we got down to this flange, you can tell, I mounted the bolts, you could really have a good idea of what's going on here. This part of the plastic right here, this flange down here, has been bent up, and it's hard to tell from any angle how much it's been pulled up until you put the bolt on. As you can see, that bolt is leaning in. That means that plastic is pulled up at an angle like that. So, not a big deal. It's not broken. We'll have to be real gentle when we bolt it back down, not to over tighten it again, but we do want it to sit down flat and not rock, and not pull up too much more on that flange, because it has been over torqued, either by a plumbing contractor or general contractor, whoever installed the toilet. Sometimes the tile guys do. When they come in and do a tile, they reset the toilet. So regardless, that's what it looks like, and we'll get the toilet in, take a finished video, and then we will be done. So a little video in between. We put a couple wax rings in here, and we tightened it down, and it just keeps spinning. The wax ring and the flange are tight to the bowl. However, it moves, which means that flange is not fastened to the floor correctly. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the subfloor or the existing screws, but you can just tighten it, and it never really snugs up, but you can feel the flange being pulled upward to the toilet. And if you don't understand what that means, certainly a plumber would. Short story is, we got to pull this toilet back out. So the new rings, wax rings, we just put in there, got to pull those out. Can't use them again, so it's already flattened out. And then see if we can get that flange mounted to the floor, get some new wax rings and reset it, and hopefully that'll take care of it. Outside of that, we will take a video when we're done. So here's the little shorty screws, and if you can't tell what size that is, they're about a total 3/4 of an inch long, with about 3/8 threads on there. So most of it is sitting in plastic, and then there's a little bit of that is in the wood. You know, you can do this however you want, but the flange has to be mounted to the floor correctly. What I like to do during construction is I literally take a block and stick it between the horizontal piping, you know, before the piping turns up and goes up for the toilet on the closet bend. I like to take a block between the horizontal piping and the subfloor and block it. Literally, if you never even put one screw in here, you can't pull it up because there's a block in between the sewer line and the bottom of the subfloor. That's just me. I always put those blocks in there, screw it right to the floor, and it holds it in place. Then I use some 1.5 to 2-inch brass screws. Anyways, this flange pulled all the way up. It's not mounted to the floor. We're going to try and get some screws in there, get it fastened again, and then we'll take another video. Okay, almost the final video. I wanted to show you what we did here is we took some brass cabinet screws, and we just drilled some holes all the way around this flange. I mean, there's not much you can do besides going downstairs and opening up sheetrock, and then, you know, getting some new backing underneath, and just on and on. So it becomes a project. And there's other ways to mount things, but the main thing, the sewer line is moving up and down, and we need it to stay on the floor. So we got a lot of screws in here. They're just very thin wall screws, and these are used to hang cabinets, so they're very strong. You can see around here, you can't get any screws in there, you know, without putting a big fender washer on there. Same thing over here. But at least where the closet bolts go, you can see we got one on each side there, and one on each side there. Additionally, wherever we could get, these were the old screws we're at. That's already stripped out, and that one's stripped out. Just those little tiny screws that I showed you earlier. So we've got 1, 2, 3 screws on this side, 1, 2, 3 screws on this side. Additionally, these two just to hold this down, so it's in there tight. What we're going to do is go ahead. We only have 2 wax rings left, so we're going to set it and see if we can get it to snug up without over tightening it, or breaking it, or causing further damage. And then we'll see how good we did, and we'll take another video. Okay, last video, Fresno, California, and we got some previous videos. Actually, they're compiled and as a part of this one as well, with all the repairs and whatnot to the. Here's my helper. This one likes to swim in the swimming pool, so he's pretty funny. Anyway, so Kohler Cimarron, homeowner provided it. We've got it set, got the flange in, everything's nice and tight. So hopefully the repair we did down there is good. It's got like 10 brass screws in there. So the subfloor was in pretty good shape. So anyways, Kohler Highline Classic, got it filled, got the tank is filling and flushing correctly. The filler valve shuts off when it's supposed to. Didn't change the shutoff valve that's existing, but we did put a new flexible braided stainless steel supply line on there. So anyways, outside of that, this installation is finally done.
Jump! 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 Jump!
That is the funniest thing. Oh, brother, he's so happy. Yeah, living the dream right there. Oh my gosh. Go get him. Go get him. Oh my gosh.